Let's go, King. Let's go, King. King. Let's go, King. Test, 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 test. Okay. And finally, ano kalik po?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the first team. Give it up to Aurora Gaming!
Yeah.
Here we go, boys. One final match. Good luck. You may now take your seats. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome their opponents on stage. Give it up to Team Onic! Let's go, guys. This is the moment, the final match of the tournament. You can now take your seats. Good luck.
All right, that's it.
Huh?
This is now the game one for the grand finals. I am just so excited, guys, for this game. This is what we've all been waiting for. Here at the Games of the Future, Abu Dhabi 2025, a best of 5. No shortcuts, no second chances. 3 wins to claim the trophy. So this is where pressure reaches its peak. This is where preparation meets execution. And this is where champions are made. Aurora Gaming, they fought their way here game by game, draft by draft, against Onic Indonesia, a name that commands respect. A team known for speed, confidence, and explosive gameplay. Different regions, different styles, but same goal, and that is to get the trophy for the Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Ano?
To be honest, Onic, Aurora Gaming, this is another story we will tell to our players, to our audience, to our live stream viewers. Because Onic and Aurora, it's a clash since how many years, since how many tournaments. Each team have an experience, have a different play style, and we will notice today different play style for each one of them, and different strategy on stage, because it's best of 5. There is a prize pool waiting for them, and there is a crown waiting for them. So, Onic and Aurora Gaming should be, they will come with the, our team lost and they got 3rd place, but now Aurora Gaming, they will come back and can get the crown.
Definitely, definitely. But before that, you guys ran away from something. We didn't bet on this match yet, so
That's right.
yeah,
Best
yeah.
of 5.
Oh, come on, we're still betting right now. So, Alyssa, who are you with this
I'll
time?
go straight ahead. It's 3-0 for me. I'll go for Onic Indonesia.
Straight to the point.
3-0
Yes.
for Onic. What about you, Soldier?
It would be 2-3.
For who? Okay, see, this is the thing. He never want to say it.
I'm
He doesn't
going
want-
to
Plays
say
it safe.
like 2-3, but 2 for Onic and 3 for Aurora Gaming. It will be like 4-5 matches.
All right, and for me, it's going to be 3-1 for Onic. So, let's see. So I believe they might actually, we might be proven wrong. We'll see about that.
Let's see.
Right now, we started the draft pick. Of course, the first ban phase, starting with TNZ from Aurora. Who is he going to ban? Gatukacha immediately banned from Aurora, and then we have a Fanny ban from Onic, which is surprising since since we have the Fanny King in Onic, but they went for a Fanny ban. On the other hand, we still have Bacha, we still have Grok available, we still have Lapu Lapu, and we have also the mages, the top banned mages in MLBB in this tournament, which is Zushin and Eve. Are they going to go for these bans, or are they going to keep them open? Are we going to see target bans, respect bans right now, or are we going to see meta bans? So yeah, we're waiting for that right now. Lancelot is makes sense, makes a lot of sense. I think in the first game there might be a testing waters more than anything else. So we have seen as Zushin, Eve is still available, Basha is still available. Do you think they're going to ban any of these two, Soldier?
For Aurora Gaming, maybe they will target mages also, because they will mirror. Maybe they will ban Farsa or Lunux or Eve for these three, because we are seeing these mages during this tournament. But Onic, it's hard to counter for them, because during matches for Onic, each time the teams are trying to counter during the ban, they are come up with different plan for them. Like they are prepared for any ban targeting them. Like during the wait, Esmeralda as a ban in the first phase. So for Aurora Gaming, they are targeting tankies, roamers, and they want to get comfortable more during team fights as a mages and marksmen. So for Aurora, they will go for a mage at the first pick. I might. And for Onic, they want to go for, maybe we have Basha open, so maybe Onic, they can also first pick Basha.
Actually, it surprises me that actually went for an Esmeralda ban in the first ban phase, because usually Esmeralda is picked in the 4th or the 5th pick, mostly in all the matches. Lunox, as we see, okay, we have Eve, we have Farsa available, we have Valentina available as mages, Grok is available, Basha is available, so there are actually lots of meta choices available for both teams to go for. But it surprises me, I'm still kind of surprised of this Esmeralda ban, because usually Esmeralda is not picked in the first pick phase. But yeah, they might have something about it. They might have a plan, or they sense that actually Onic might go for an Esmeralda pick in the first pick phase. We're still waiting for Skylar and Keyboy to go for their first picks. I would say we might expect a Basha or
YSS?
Yeah, well,
maybe.
Frederick and Lapu Lapu. Okay. So actually we have a Lapu Lapu and a YSS pick in the first pick phase. Basha is still open, which is interesting actually that they left Basha and Frederick open for Aurora to pick them. Will they go for these picks? They might go for one of them.
For Aurora Gaming, maybe. Maybe they will counter YSS and Lapu Lapu for the first pick. I was going to say, like, still YSS and Lapu Lapu is open, and there is Ruby also as a crowd controller. And until now, both teams, they are not going for any mages. Maybe they will make it late until maybe pick phase 2. Oh, Floyd and Eve. Oh, interesting. Now for Sans, maybe he will pick for a mage. He will.
Actually, since Aurora already picked Eve, so they will. I think Sans would go for a different pick than a mage. Although if he wants to lock in, of course, a mage pick that would be fine right now. But anyways, they're gonna pick a mage anyways, even in the second pick phase, since they don't have to think twice about their mage pick. So yeah.
Maybe they are going to pick a mage because Eve it's lock in, and they need to have little mirror until they will not appear all their cards. Kalia, Lapu Lapu, and YSS in the first phase for Onic, and for Aurora, Cloyd, Eve, and Grok for the first for them.
Now, of course, we are entering, of course, the second ban phase right now. We might see some target bans in the second ban phase, as we usually do. We already have, of course, we have a Basha ban. Since, of course, Aurora didn't pick any of Basha in the first pick phase, so they ban Basha, which is a very smart choice. On the other hand, we still have a mage and a gold laner for Onic. So Aurora is going to focus on these two role bans. So we might see a Harith ban, we might see a different ban like Moscow or carry, because sometimes they might get banned. Or yeah, we'll see about that actually. So,
I'm waiting for Arlo pick and Moscow pick. But Harith, he will go for a ban as a Harith. You're waiting. But for Onic, there is a carry open, but I don't think so. Oh, Farsapan. Oh, they are trying to eliminate as much mages for Onic.
yeah, definitely.
There is a lot of mages in the ban.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense a lot.
Lunox, there is Zushin, and there is Farsa, and they pick Eve. These picks in the meta, and we will expect one pick. It will. Oh, very beautiful.
Actually, we still have Kimmy, we still have Valentina as two mid laner picks, so these Onyx still has options.
They have
to
a
go
champion pool more.
Yeah, exactly. So they still have options actually to go for when it comes to mid laner. Most probably they might go for
Kimmy or Valentina.
They might go for Kimmy, actually. It seems like Kimmy is a better choice than Valentina in this case. But also, Valentina is not a bad choice since she can benefit from Eve's ult, she can benefit from Grok's ult. So, yeah, we'll see about that.
Until now, as my point of view, they are focusing on the mages. They want to try to eliminate as much mages in the game. And Valentina's up. Now the full picture is coming up for Kimmy to pick. And it's a forced pick for Onic to pick a Kimmy.
Actually, it would be very surprising if they went for Lu Yi, for example.
Wow.
That would be, or Zeishan. Because Zeishan and Lu Yi are actually not meta picks, but they will be very interesting picks if they actually went for it. But if they want to go play it safe, they would go for Kimmy.
Yuzong is still open for Aurora and Harith.
Yeah, actually, Harith would not be a great choice for Aurora. Yuzong might be actually a good choice for Aurora in that case, but we're still waiting for...
And Ruby still open.
Yeah. Oh, Kadita.
Wow.
I actually wanted to see a Kadita since day one, actually. So, yeah, they made my dream come true in the finals. So, Kadita is such a wonderful choice.
I might see Uranus in this match.
We might see Uranus, yes. We might see Yuzong.
I'm expecting.
And there is actually Yuzong as well. He's available also as a choice.
Uranus will be perfect for Aurora as a Grok and Eve together. And for the last Fredrin, they are might as a jungler. Still.
Alice might be a good
Let's
choice,
see.
Uranus or Yuzong.
Aurora game.
Yeah.
Their cards in the first game. Continue the puzzle. Uranus or... Oh wow. Uranus and Fredrin in the jungle. Now, Aurora Gaming, for me, better draft, but they need to avoid team fights a little bit until Eve get their build, get their damage together, and they can have focus.
I've been waiting.
Carry is such a wonderful choice for this match.
Interesting.
Actually, Onic is focusing more in the first match in burst damage. A huge amount of damage. There is a huge amount of damage output coming from Onic compared to the picks from Aurora. Aurora is more mid to late game. Onic is their lineup is more early to mid game. So we're very excited to see how this is going to sum up in the end, of course, in the match. Very excited to watch the match.
All right, that's it from the desk. Ladies and gentlemen, the pieces are set. The draft is complete. This is no longer preparation. This is competition. Game 1 of the Grand Finals at Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Aurora Gaming versus Onic Indonesia. History begins with this game. Let's send it over to the casters and let the Grand Finals unfold.
Here we are. Game number 1. Onic Esports just won a very interesting manner versus Aurora Gaming Philippines last night. Now they're going to be facing up against Aurora Gaming from Turkey. And it will be started with Kyrie on the Yisenshin versus TNZ's Fredrin Naisu. We are looking forward to this battle between Kyrie and TNZ. We're going to be starting off with a classic YSS versus Fredrin. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. We've been through the ringer here. It's just like the players, man, for days now. And we've finally gotten here to the end. And this is such a special match, I feel like, for both these teams. I don't know who all predicted. You know, some people have predictions out there. I don't know if they got their predictions correct or not, but I'll tell you what, Games of the Future 2025 in Abu Dhabi has been phenomenal to just kind of watch. And I feel like even a lot of players made names for themselves just in this tournament alone. And, you know, we have so much MLBB esports action going on year round, man. So it's always good to see, you know. Again, we had our 3rd and 4th place finishers just finish up the match before this. We had that break, and now we get to settle in at 2. Our one and only best of 5, by the way, right? Everything up to this point has been a best of 3. And so it's going to be a nice change of pace because the thing about best of 5s, and even, you know, when we go a little bit longer than that, like best of 7s, there's the strategy comes into play as well. You know, you're going to see that through the banning phase. You're going to see that through some specific respect bans, even to a sense. I mean, even if you look at Onic Esports' lineup here, like there's signature picks here, right? I mean, yeah. Sans as well on this Kadita, one of the few players that still brings this hero to a match. And like this, I mean, they're already going to start early on. Quite a bit of pressure here on Lunar. He's 1 hit away, but he's still going to be going. Kyrie will get the last shot off, but it is going to be a trade. The 1-for-1 for now. TNZ looking for more. Kyrie trying to disengage. Keyboy might have to sacrifice himself, but Kyrie rejoins the fight. And here comes Luffy as well. It's all this action under the 2-minute mark. Another kill picked up for Aurora Gaming. Pagu, quite tanky, gets the flicker out. Now Luffy going to be in trouble. He wanted that kill. Oh my God, Luffy under the tier 2 takes the risk and won't pay off, but maybe bought enough time for the first turtle take to go in the hands of Onic.
Plus points for style, but that will not give any additional kill to Onic. In fact, you might think that it's a waste of your battle for because it's like Kyrie did not need the help, but they will take on Rosa. This Kadita that Sans has picked up is one of their many answers to the Eve. This is not the first time that they did it, but it's a first time in a very long time. However, this is Kalea and Kadita combo. I mean, we have seen this work before when it comes to like bursting down multiple opponents. That's the thing with Kalea and Kadita. Although they can be used for pickoff, they can take out one squishy hero almost instantly and even a tank at certain points. But the nature of these heroes, they can be played together in an AoE setting where you can see T-Boy going in for the Dino Strike and then for the Tsunami Slam. Of course, the strike is an AoE crowd control. And then you combo it up with the Ocean Oddity, the Petrify on top of it. It can be both. It can be played both as an AoE kind of team fight duo or a pick-up kind of. So I like this. For Onic Indonesia, they have so much going in for them. You add in that extra info that you get coming out from Kyrie's ultimate, the Mountain Shocker, and combine that all together. It's looking good for Onic when it comes to like overall team fighting. But Aurora, right now, they have the advantage over Onic when it comes to the kills. Gold, however, I think it's pretty much even.
It's such a, I mean, this grand finals with these two teams. It's such a showcase on how they, especially in the last couple of days, you know, through our play-ins and then, of course, the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then here now. Same thing with gaming from Turkey. Again, you know, the way that they've played has been so good. Pagu, especially, man. I don't, for me, it's like roams. Maybe that's because I also just, I always keep an eye on the roams because I play roam so much, but Pagu has been a standout roam. Keyboy is Keyboy, man. Like, Keyboy he's known for making these amazing plays on any of the roams he plays, but look at Pagu, just as I mentioned him, and that's exactly what I'm talking about with the tech charge, knocking 2 up. Onic Esports still going to go for the fight. They want to counter it out. Tienzi's going to be the one to fall now. Pagu quite low. Onic looking for more. Loopy won't get the land shaker down, and Keyboy now on the disengage with Lunar just dancing around him on this Uranus. He's gonna push him out, and the Sands also quite low. So boom goes in between the 2 turrets to clean up a kill, and this is what I'm talking about, man. Great team fighting on both fronts.
Oh, great team fighting for sure for Aurora. Lupi wants to get something out of this, but actually misses it. There are 5 members of Aurora ganging up onto this Lapu-Lapu. Has the flicker out. Just taking the time. Will he actually survive against 5?
My
It seems
goodness,
like
Loopy.
that's the answer.
He's a brave fighter, Wolf. He's a brave fighter.
Yeah.
He just went like 1v4 to buy enough time.
I think it was 1v5, right? But
1v5.
don't try this at home, guys. Only pro players can do it. Only professionals can do it. Onic Esports may have lost that fight. I think you would even say that Aurora dominated them in that fight. Had it not been for the death on TNZ, the fight would have not prolonged. And there was a split push coming up from Skylar up top. That's why they cleared out that turret up top. Sigi Boom had the best experience during the entire exchange because he got a kill in a double lane. So it's going to be good for Aurora.
Well, they're going to force this Tsunami Slam, not over the wall that they were looking for, but the setup anyway with the rough waves. TNZ falls all around the purple of Onic Esports. Pago on the run, Lunar trying to get away. He pops the Consecrate, gets the speed to move, and Lunar will survive. But Aurora Gaming set up for that fight around Onic's purple buff, and they end up losing their jungler. So Onic making a statement, hey, get out of our jungle.
Nice defense coming out from Onic, especially in how they connected with Ludwig eventually. Good disengage though for Aurora Gaming. They cut their losses. They know that the idea was there. They could have invaded against Onic, and if they were successful, it would be a great play for them. However, because of that, they have lost their jungler, and they also lost their bottom lane turret. Skylar's just super active when it comes to these objectives. Was able to get the push up top after helping in this purple take or anti-purple take. He immediately went to the bottom lane unscathed by Aurora Gaming. I think that Skylar's movements in a macro sense has been smooth, and Onic are very happy because of that. They are up by almost 2,000 gold, and now it's the 3rd turtle of the game.
A little energy eruption there on Keyboy. Go ahead and jump on out. Turtle's coming up, last one of the game. We'll see who is able to claim it. It's been really close turtle fights now. Back-to-back or just fights breaking out around this. This time around, though, the difference is Skylar is going to be a part of this fight. There's the initiation, Tsunami Slam, but on the backside, too, they're going to put pressure on Kyrie. But Skylar is unleashing on the carry, shredding through the tankier members of Aurora Gaming, and they might lose their jungler, too, as TNZ falls. Now the turtle goes over to Onic Esports. They got 3 kills and a turtle.
And what this game is teaching us is Keyboy on the Calais is just too good. I think the mastery is way off the charts. I tried to get the play, make a play on the Lunar, but that's a Uranus. Probably not worth the effort here for Onic. But what I really saw coming up from Keyboy, the way that he managed that flicker, finding the right target, was Rosa that was able to lift up. Main DPS of Aurora Gaming in this stage of the game. And then afterwards, he went in front of TNZ with a sliver of HP, knowing that he can heal up because of the abilities that Skalea has. He knows the limits, man.
Ooh, they might do this. They're Pagu once again charging in with the tech charge. They have the response to rough waves too. Sigi Boom out of the picture, split up from the team, and now they're running away to disengage. TNZ does get his purple buff, but man, Onic just showing that it doesn't matter if you tech charge, throw us in the air, we'll still fight. And that's a part of the lead that they have here. Again, a Divine Glaive picked up by Sans. So if they even set up the tech charge, it's almost a risk in itself, Wolf, because Sans can just kind of burst them down. If he decides to go right there, he's got enough damage on this Kadita. That's proven a point that is making Aurora Gaming probably start to decide, do we really want to all clump up around a potential tech charge into a rough waves from Sans?
Right. It's one thing to combo your tech charge into the Eve Ultimate, which looked to be really good for Aurora Gaming, and I'm sure that they know how to utilize that properly, but just the presence of Sans is already making that difficult. And you think about it, even the Lapu-Lapu is a threat to this Eve. So 0, 2, and 4 onto Rosa doesn't mean that he is playing bad. He's actually just under a lot of pressure from both the Lapu-Lapu as well as Sans. You can see that even after the tech charge with just the glowing wand, it's not enough burst damage to take advantage of that tech charge before he is thrown up into the air by Sans or gone upon by Lutpi with the bravest fighter. It's such a difficult dilemma now for Aurora Gaming to face.
See what they do here with this Lord coming up. Again, most of these objective fights have not gone the way Aurora's wanted them to. Keyboy also up at the front. He's going to deal with a little bit of this crowd control, bringing him to half. He's actually going to defensively flicker out. So Aurora Gaming gets that out of the picture. That's something that Keyboy can't use now, which is a minor advantage for Aurora Gaming not to get set up in that way. Meanwhile, Pagu still holds on to his flicker. Again, with this being broken walls, a little bit of a change here around the Lord Pit, but still, there's the Tsunami Slam. They're going to go for it anyway. Loopy jumping in with the Bravest Fighter just to zone out some of the rest of the members as Pagu falls. TNZ next. Where is the damage coming up from Onic? They just make it happen so fast. Down 2 members, and one of the
just between the Kalea, the Kadida, and then the Lapu-Lapu. Factor in the mountain shower coming up from Kyrie, which they layered so perfectly. Pagu couldn't even pop an ultimate or even a flicker, and that's also true with TNZ. And the thing with these 2 tanky heroes from Aurora Gaming, nice you were looking for where the damage is coming from Onic, and that's definitely from Suns. But right now, Skylar is already a threat. Kendall, HP-based damage as well as true damage against the tanky heroes of Aurora Gaming, which kind of makes it so that the front line of Aurora Gaming is nullified, because what will happen is they're going to be knocked up in the air, controlled by Lutpi as well as Kyrie, and they're going to receive that frontline damage coming out from Skylar. A front-to-back approach from Aurora Gaming will not work.
Thrown a Grok into the air. He just has nowhere to go. Pagu definitely feeling that one. An energy eruption into the RWM. What a huge setup again with the Petrify. San's able to set things up. Keyboy does go down, but they trade it out. A blazing duet from Siggy Bum will keep them at bay a little bit farther. But it's a trade, the 3 for 2, and Onic now at the doors of Aurora Gaming's base. The Lord is making his way up top. And Skylar, with 9 assists, has just been shredding from the back line. It doesn't matter if he capitalizes on the kills or not. He's able to pump out that damage. As you see on Lunar, Lunar trying to get away. He does pop the Consecration, but there it is. Mid-turret's going to fall top as well. And Onic furthers that lead to 8,000 gold.
Now the mastery of Suns as well on this Kadida. Going in aggressively, zoning out the members of Aurora. Taking full advantage of the thalassophobia as well as the Ocean Oddity and the Rough Waves. So much iframes for Sun, so much ways for him to waste some of the resources from Aurora Gaming. And because of that, only your mid lane hero is zoning out the members of Aurora. All the while, Lutpi as well as Skylar, they're just hitting onto the turrets. Kyrie as well. So it's like, usually you see the XP lane zone out the opponents, but in this case, you only need the Kadida. And that allowed Onic to take out 2 turrets so seamlessly up top.
With this, they might not be able to get this last turret, but right now, they don't really have to. They can wait 40 seconds for that Lord to come up, get ready to march in the base one more time. And, you know, that's the difficult part is if it is Pagu that gets Tsunami Slam, man. I mean, you know, he's got a Dom Ice, Athena Shield. He's working on his next item, his 3rd one. Usually see this with the roamers anyways. They go a bit of a, you know, like a chop suey build was like we like to call it over here. But, man, you're a Grok. You're probably maybe now 2nd the tankiest other than maybe Lunar. But even so, when you get thrown in the air, maybe before you even get slammed in the ground, you're like half health shredded out if Skylar and Sans are doing the work on you, you know? And that's not a place you want to be in. And why, again, throughout Games of the Future, we see this carry pop up when this lineup across from them is this way. Because, again, it doesn't matter if Skylar gets kills or not. He made the macro play throughout the map. He's now completely online with this carry, and he's just able to go ahead and shred through these tankier heroes of Aurora Gaming.
And gotta have to factor in the fact that Onic has Suns on this Kadida. That's always that, I would say, that eject button for Onic. Because when Aurora Gaming initiates against Onic, what generally happens is if Suns is not touched, he will be able to land the ultimate, the Petrify, the knock-up, and even the Rough Waves. There's so many ways for them to counter-engage. That's why I'm saying that Aurora Gaming might not have a good time if they go front to back.
Keyboy's going to do it anyway. He's going to be the one to start it. Rosa is gone. A big part of the damage profile out of the picture. What can Aurora Gaming do on this push? Onic full force with the Lord. Takes down the last turret. Lord's going to finally go down. They wait for their moment here. They can clear out the waves. Aurora Gaming with 4 members will be able to clear this out. Another wave pushing in. It's still empowered here in the mid lane. Rosa still a bit of ways here. Does Onic decide to go for? Sands jumping in too. They're going to force it out. There's a blazing duet that's actually doing a ton of damage to Onic as one goes down. Immortality going to be popped here on Pagu. But the Mountain Shocker going to be used as Kyrie picks up Omega. Skylar finally gets the first kill of his game, and they'll take game 1 in a dominant fashion.
Wow. Dominant fashion indeed. And I think my MVP for this game probably is Keyboy. But then whoever drafted this Kadita against the composition of her kind of makes me think that, yeah, Onic, they came in prepared against this Aurora Gaming lineup. They knew what composition Aurora Gaming will go for, and Onic have answered accordingly. They went in for the carry, they went in for the Kadita Kalea. And on top of all that, they executed so well. Kyrie just played this game so easily because everybody's just working hard for Onic. And I wonder if that is also what this video thinks about this. Back to you, panel.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Game 1 of the Grand Finals is officially done, and it is Onic Indonesia who strike first. And now they sit 1 win closer to the trophy. And as we can see on the highlights, they really dominated the game. That was a clean sweep.
Yes, that is very true. Of course, such outstanding performance from Onic ID, especially. You know, I wanted to see Kadita from the beginning of the tournament, and I finally saw Kadita, and you saw Kadita. She was dishing out a lot of damage, and yeah, that's why they banned a lot of mages. They thought that Onic would not have any good choices, but they had one wonderful choice. So yeah, Aurora Gaming now knows that even if they ban a lot of heroes for a specific player in Onic, they always have options.
For Onic, Harry was playing as a support until he's doing the damage and the team will finish it. But I was surprised by Lapu damage he was doing, and some of kills was with it, and he was doing a lot, and he was initiating some fights, and all the team was recommended with him. Carry Yusin Shen was doing the damage, and other team was is helping and trying to get advantage. Because Aurora Gaming was having little advantage in the beginning of the game, like having some kills, but Onic have the announcer have the comeback during the game. They reached to mid game until late game, because when you reach with Carry Yusin Shen in the late and Kadita with this damage, trying to get, they control the map, they took the objectives, and also in the board they are seeing the gold difference. It's 10k, and towers, it's 0 towers for Aurora and 9 towers destroyed for Onic, and also Lord slain for 2. Turtles was 1 only for Aurora and 2 for Onic. To be honest, they dominate the objectives. The towers, they're trying to open the map from all the sides, from top to bottom, and taking the advantage of their items.
Who do you think is the MVP for this match?
Looking at these numbers, I believe it is Keyboy.
For
I
me,
believe
Lutpi.
I believe it's actually Keyboy as well, but shortly we're going to see who is the MVP of the first match between...
Wow, Keyboy.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
Keyboy. Keyboy with 2 kills, 4 deaths, and 14 assists. Of course, Keyboy with Kalea did a wonderful job. Amazing initiation from his side in each and every team fight. I believe Aurora will put Kalea into their minds right now in the next ban phase. Or they might actually try to challenge him and tell him, okay, there you go, we're leaving Kalea for you, but we're winning the next match.
Until now, we are seeing 2 players, they are choosing Kali and they're getting MVP in this day.
Yeah.
Wow, Kali now it's MVP hero.
Yes, true.
Yes, during the next games, we will see once they know that they are dominating using that hero, they will automatically ban it. But that's a respect ban.
They will try to eliminate it more. Because
Yeah.
Kalia impact and during the game, it's crazy. Because the one who is playing with Kalia, like, also we are seeing in the first game, like the third match game, to be honest, it was trying to protect their team, babysitting their team, and they are trying to get all the kills. Also, we saw it in this game for Onic. Onic, they know how to play with Kalia, Kadetta, and I was surprised with Yusin Chen, YSS, and Carry. Carry was playing as a support until like he's destroying all the objectives, trying to get advantage as much as he can. And Onic, bravo.
But you know what? I think in the next game, in game 2, Onic will come in confident. But let's not forget, Aurora Gaming, they now have information. They now have information who to ban, what to do, what Onic prioritizes. So I think they have a upper hand on the next game.
In a way, yes, they would. I know they've done their homework before they actually started this match. They've watched Onic play the previous 2 days. They saw their options, you know, and they saw who they will ban and who they will not. But in the end, experience plays a huge part when it comes to Onic, of course, and Aurora is aware of that. But I believe this is not the end for Aurora. I believe Aurora is going to come back in the second game and try to win.
All right, we will find out in game 2. The team are just preparing, and while we step away for a short break, next will be the draft for game 2.
Abu Dhabi and UAE at the moment seems to be the epicenter of autonomous robotics and many other activities.
This doesn't have to be complicated. At Solutions Plus, we provide a tailored combination of consulting, business process outsourcing, and technology solutions, from digital to finance, procurement, HR, ESG, and integrated facilities management. We take care of it all, letting you focus on success. Partner with Solutions Plus and take your business to the next level.
Health is the essence of who we are. M42 is a global health champion harnessing the power of artificial intelligence, technology and genomics to transform healthcare systems and ensure that everyone, everywhere, has access to the care they need. Our dedication to health knows no borders, and we serve with the belief that health is not a privilege. It is a universal right.
What if the spaces between us could disappear? And one move makes all the difference. Sometimes it feels like bonds growing stronger across any distance. When the spaces between us disappear, beautiful things happen.
Looking for car, health or home insurance? Don't waste hours calling around. At insurancemarket.ae, I bring you quotes from the UAE's top insurers in seconds. Compare, choose and buy instantly, all in one place. Over 200,000 policyholders already trust us with a 4.8-star rating. Join them today. Insurancemarket.ae, where insurance gets smarter. Insurancemarket.ae.
Energy is life. And today, life is happening in two worlds, physical and digital. In Abu Dhabi, where source energy powers innovation, a new kind of energy rises. An energy that unites worlds through intention and action. Where physical skills meet digital mastery, and next generation of champions are born. This is where talent meets technology. Where strength meets strategy. Where energy amplifies through action and powers the future. The games of the future, powered by ADNOC.
right, everyone, we are heading straight into the draft for Game 2 of the Grand Finals here at Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025, powered by Onic. Onic Indonesia now leads the series with 1-0. They struck first, they set the tempo, and here we go, band phase is now starting.
Band phase started for Game 2. Aurora in the blue side and Onic in the red side. We will see Aurora taking first ban for them. Until now they are thinking they are recovering from their mistakes, recovering from their losses in the first game, trying to appear some calm until now. Also Kalian, as expected in the first ban, because she was dominating in the first match and trying to rid off from it. Oh, Fanny on it. I'm a little bit have a question mark at home. Onic, they are trying to eliminate Fanny from Aurora.
Maybe, but yeah, I believe they know that there is someone, of course, TNZ is actually good with Fanny as well. You know, he's such a good competitor for Kyrie, so they ban Fanny. They don't want to mess around. They don't want to, you know, give a chance for Aurora to actually take the risk and go for Fanny. As we can see, the second ban for Aurora is actually Lancelot, and from Onic, it's Zushin. And of course, the third and the final ban from Aurora for the first ban phase is Gatorkacha. The remaining ban right now is for the first ban phase is from, of course, Onic. We're waiting for Sans to decide who is he going to ban. Are they going to leave Basha open? Are they going to go for a Yuzong ban? There is still Grok also available in the ban phase.
Mage is still open. We saw it in the first place. First match was targeting mages, like was four mages, and now they ban Grok. I want to say, like, they will choose Aurora Grok in the first pick, but they eliminate it as fast as possible, and they're going for maybe Basha. Yes, Basha. Basha first pick, it's understandable, and it's taking advantage for it. Because if I didn't take Basha, other team will take it, or it will go for a ban.
Definitely, yes. But we still have lots of other options. We have YSS available for, of course, Kyrie. There are other options, of course. We've seen Suyo once actually in the playoffs. We might see a Suyo. There is still Hayabusa open. And of course, but I think the most, like the best pick that they would go for as a jungler for this moment or for this match might be Fredrin, but we're going to wait for that. Of course, for the two choices, are they going to go for a mid laner? And of course, yeah, Chow is a good pick, and of course they might go for Eve as well, since Eve is open. Will they go for it? Yep, they went for Eve.
They are taking advantage from the two picks, Chu and Eve, but still Farsa is open. Zushin's ban, Lunux is still open, Valentina, and Kadetta, but still Onic, they tried Kadetta once, and only for Adham, but they remove it.
Yeah, I think, do you think actually, you know, in some games when someone picks a hero and they win, the other team picks it the next match with, do you think they're going to go for a Kadita?
Let's try it.
Just to challenge them, you know, and show them like, okay, we're good with Kadita as well, by the way.
As we saw in Moscow.
Yeah.
Like, one team chose Moscow and he dominate, other team they pick it like, I will teach you how to play Moscow.
Exactly, like, are we going to see that? Maybe. We have a Cloud pick, and of course the third pick is going to be Lapu Lapu for Aurora. And right now we are waiting for Sans to go for his last pick in the first pick phase. As we can see, we have a Roma right now, we have a mid laner. Will they go for a jungler pick right now, or will they leave him for later?
YSS for the third pick. YSS is understandable.
Yeah.
And it's very powerful pick as a jungler. For a marksman jungler, YSS, it's very good. Can be in the meta also. And they can take advantage for it. In the first game, he's taking advantage, he's making damage with Lapu Lapu and Carry. And they are like the damage dealer. And YSS with Eve and Chu, it's gonna be fun.
Definitely, yes. And right now we're in the second ban phase. We are waiting for Kyrie to go for the first ban in the second ban phase. They're going for Hilda ban, which is basically a good ban. Hilda is a little bit overpowered in this meta. Such a great roamer and such an annoying roamer as well. Mostly because she might focus on Yi Sun-shin, so they banned her immediately. Right now, we can see from Onic that we have 2 single target heroes and 1 crouch controller. On the other hand, we have 2 crouch control heroes and 1 single target hero in Aurora. Of course, Teresa is such a wonderful ban as well, but there are lots of options. Like right now, we're seeing actually mostly an XP laner and roamer bans in this game. Who do you think they're going to ban?
Esmeralda is open. Harith is open. So
Uranus.
Uranus, we saw it in the first game. But we saw Esmeralda getting banned in the first game, and now they are not focusing on it. They're focusing on other things. Because in the game 1, they have another plan on it. They're trying to eliminate as much as mages, and they pick Kadita. And they ban Guinevere in the last one. Guinevere for Aurora Gaming is gonna be annoying. And carry. They don't want any damage dealers until now. They're trying to eliminate carry to be a carry.
Exactly, yes. Actually, carry is not going to be there to carry the team. But I believe they still have, Onic still has other options. They might go for actually a Harith gold laner, or they might go for another fighter for the gold lane. We've seen that a lot happening. It's there in the meta right now, going for 2 fighters in both the XP lane and the gold lane. Will they do it for this match, or will they have something else to say? We're still waiting for Kyrie to see who is he going to pick.
Esmeralda. Pick it.
Yes.
Yep, we have an Esmeralda pick. Right now, the only remaining pick for Onic is going to be a gold lane pick. But for Aurora right now, we have Rosa and Pagu planning, studying, and listening to their coach, of course, checking to see who are they going to pick. Of course, we have a missing mage. We have a missing mage, so they might go for Farsa. They might go for Farsa. And of course, we still have also a roamer pick for Aurora. Okay, there you go. You got your Farsa over here.
Finally.
So I got my Kadita in the first game. You got your Farsa in the next game. Okay. Wonderful. We have Patrick today in the game. Patrick is going to be so much fun, and I think people will enjoy this pick for this match. And of course, we have the last pick from Onic. Are we going for a fighter gold laner, or are we going for Harith? This is not going to be easy for Onic, since they didn't, I believe they didn't expect the glue pick.
Yeah. Until now, Onic have 2 damage dealer, and they have also Esmeralda and Chu. For me, they will go for Yu Zong versus Farsa. It's very understandable, very good. He can counter her easily, you know, by his ult, and she cannot be more comfortable in the fight. She will be more aware. She will focus on how I need to be directed and how to be positioned more.
Definitely. Yes, we're excited to see the next match and the second match between Aurora and Onic ID.
Yes, Game 2 of the Grand Finals is ready to begin. Onic and Danisha looking to extend their lead. Aurora Gaming Turkey looking to strike back. This is best of 5. This is championship pressure. Let's hand it over to the caster and jump straight into the action.
Here we are, and let's forget about everything else. Naisu, because
What are we forgetting?
everything. We have to forget everything and just focus on one thing.
What's that?
The glue is picked up.
It's Paglu.
The Paglu Patrick Star is online. It's in the building, and I'm excited for that. But I think that we have to hold off a little bit. Somebody raised their hand, so it kind of means that there is some tech issues that that kind of needs to be addressed.
Maybe it's from Lupi's side. I'm not sure. Definitely from maybe from Onyx side. We'll see if we jump back into the game. But yeah, I think, you know, before we jump in and before we analyze a little further, yeah, I think Pagu bringing out that Patrick, was it yesterday, 2 days ago? Probably boosted the sale. So if you guys didn't get it yet, go grab Patrick while you can in game. Again, this is a limited time event. Make sure you go grab him. It's pretty affordable, and you get one of the best skins in the game right now. Now jumping into these lineups, Mr. Wolf, I would say I like what Aurora Gaming did for this draft. They cover. Oh, I don't like this for Rosa though. Whoa, Rosa!
Whoa,
this is bad. Keyboy gets first blood, and nothing Patrick could do to help him there. Oh no!
Almost gets the RH. That's TNC getting level 2. Keyboy has the flicker. Jitkundo. Jukes out there coming up from Keyboy already. Great start for Onic, and most particularly Keyboy, my personal MVP of game number 1. And now back on the show, one of his most played heroes as well. And it's not going to be stopping. And Rosa have revealed a little bit of weakness in there, showing himself in front of the Cho without the wings by wings. I think that Onic has identified that there's no wings by wings available for that hero. No flicker as well, because he opted to go for the Purify. That's why Keyboy was able to run him down.
Yeah, that's anytime that you have this early first blood like that, especially in the hands of any Cho player, like they are going to continue to put pressure on your side of the jungle now. So we'll see if that ends up being a little bit too much for Keyboy, and then he gets punished. As you can see, he's doing exactly just that, giving that information over to Kyrie and the rest of Onic too. So once that level 4 is available is when you expect both more so the Cho really to be a little more proactive on the kicks, using that ultimate to set things up. Meanwhile, this glue roam works a little different, but we've seen it work wonders for Aurora Gaming just days ago when they debuted it. And now this turtle is for the taking. It's going to be started up. RWM dropped down. TNC waiting for Lunar to join the fight, but it's just gone so quick. Onic securing the objective, and they'll disengage after that.
Sans is in grand finals for popping the ultimate, knowing that doesn't have to go for any kind of exchange now for Onic. They are leading by 1,000 gold now. Keyboy is not level 4 yet, despite that turtle play coming out from Onic, which is interesting. But Pagu is also well away from his own ultimate, so we're not going to see angry Patrick, angry muscle-laden Patrick. Oh, the kick though, Pagu is dead. Oh man, you don't want to see that on the glue.
As soon as that kick's available, and like I said, keep getting that and make it work. It's actually getting punched here. Tell me he survives again. Keyboy makes it happen. And this is why you were saying, this is one of his best, one of his most played, one of his signature picks. The Cho is just a menace for the opposing team dealing with it. And you have to think that all those little moves that Keyboy is doing, that, all those minor delays around this side of the map of Aurora Gaming, that all compounds. It all adds up, eventually leading into, these skirmishes, these first objective takes. And it's something that can really affect the course of the game, especially in the early game, as it already has. So as that Way of the Dragon is available, he could always go for a kick, even if it's just to essentially get a Purify out, especially from Rosa. That makes things easier for Onic to set up later. So for Aurora Gaming, based on how this beginning of the game has gone, nothing on the board just yet. It's not anything too crazy. This 2,000 gold lead that Onic has is still definitely in a place of contention for Aurora Gaming. Even this first turtle, if they somehow are in a better position to fight for this next turtle, that would be great. If they can take out a member from Onic, then that would be even better. But as we've seen here, Wolf, like the fact that they have a claw to the gold lane is going to take a little bit longer to build up. They need that. Pagu's actually going to go ahead and try to drag Lutfi back here, but it's a little bit too risky, so the feathered airstrike dropped down. Now that's actually a big resource out here for Aurora Gaming as they want to go ahead and set up around this turtle. You can see Onic, they're going to use that black dragon form. There's the kick too. For Pagu could be in trouble with trying to buy time up for the turtle. Lose a Lunar.
Aurora Gaming, I have just missed some of their shots, but if they connected with those, things will be totally different. They could have taken out some members of Onic. They could have taken Thurl easily. Lunar got outplayed by Sans. Sans, instead of going to the back, instead of like going for a rear movement, he went forwards, which meant that one fell or one slip coming up from winner didn't hit.
Whoa. Look at that burst. That's that setup potential, you know, especially with the Mountain Shocker. And always YSS's damage in the early is quite devastating, especially for the mid lane mages that do get set up there. Once again, Skylar just gives some information. Lunar, the shot essence from Lutfi, enough alongside Kyrie to win that fight. Right now, they're just continuing to build up on the lead they have here.
Making the right moves now for Onic. They have pressure up top. Skylar, though, not going to be able to survive. That's the power of Baksha and Tienzi. Great footwork and stuff as well. No chance for Skylar to do anything afterwards. That would mean that they will at least get on the board. 1-5 is the kill score. Onic leading by 3,000 gold as they have pushed the bottom lane as well. The map looking all red right now, and that red meant Onic.
Oof. Black Dragon Form Muse. I think he's going to be able to escape though. Lutfi is fine. If you look at Aurora Gaming's chances of winning this game, because again, this is the grand final, it's best of 5. It's quite a bit of jump too in terms of the prize money between the first and second place here. And obviously, if Aurora Gaming can beat Onic Esports, that would be a huge statement here in Games of the Future 2025. And the way they're going to have to make that happen is allowing Siggyboom to get farmed up on this Claude. They're going to be rotating for this turtle. Once again, fighting for it. That's the kick, separating Pagu from the fight. Siggyboom gets the turtle secured now, and Loopy trying to get away as Lunar also on the disengage. Keyboy won't be able to catch him. Doesn't have the kick anyway. So once again, Aurora Gaming taking these little wins where they can. If that means getting a turtle, then that's something for them rather than losing everything. Although Pagu is really struggling to try to make it work this time around, it just seems like Onic saw that game. They know how to handle this glue roam. And so far, again, it's got to be a stack of compounding small wins for Aurora Gaming to get back into this game.
Onic doing the right moves. Fortunately for Aurora, a little bit of, like you said, staggering some of the wins that we have with the turtle.
Tienzi. There's the kick. Feathered airstrike. RWM just right across the battlefield in the mid lane. It's chaotic. It's messy. But even under the turret, they go. A double kill for Kyrie. Looking for more. Forcing it under and in between the tier 1 and tier 2 turret. As 3 fall for Aurora Gaming. Man, Onic is just so good at juggling around the team fight.
Huh? The fact that was the team fight where everybody from Onic was ready and are well connected. Sans popping the ultimate very early. You would think that they will wait for an initiation first. Of course, they did wait for this kick, but even then, it actually set up for this huge ultimate to have so much value because it already threatened the members of Aurora and also landed so much damage already around. The way that Onic Esports are layering their skills are so good, especially because Keyboy's just been acting the map. So far has been phenomenal all throughout the tournament, but particularly in this grand final series, it's been instrumental to Onyx's wins in the early stages of the game. Seems like he's not going to be stopping as of this moment. It's already providing the vision for Onic as they set up for the Lord.
It's such a weird chess game that has to be given to Aurora Gaming when they go into these fights. You know, they're not going to be able to really do much with this Lord as it's just kind of blitzed down. And so they have to prep up for the base defense. Now, that's what I mean. If they set things up, you're always seeing this. I mean, this was a classic mid lane matchup that you got to see so much before in the past, right? The Farsa and the Eve against each other. It's a circle and a square, basically, that everybody is fighting around. And, you know, unfortunately for Rosa, because of the first blood right off the bat, I just feel like Rosa really hasn't been able to farm up. And not only that, but also just hasn't gotten the most value out of the feathered airstrikes. You know, in comparison to Sans, how he's been able to go ahead and set up those real world manipulations for Onic to play around. But that's also much easier when you have someone like Keyboy so proactive on the Cho, starting things up. And with this Lord, it's going to make its way to that tier 2 turret. This is going to be an easy take for them. Lord swinging away there. We'll see if Aurora Gaming holds on to their Holy Defense shields. Tier 2 up top also going to fall. So we'll see. Once again, there's the kick. Way the dragon. Feathered airstrike going to be dropped down as well, but they're all out of range. RWM dropped down as Lunar all to himself. He falls, and now on the turn, Loopy goes a little bit too overzealous, but still going to be able to survive. And now Pagu trying to bring back Keyboy, but he won't be able to do it either. So once again, Onic completely fine. They'll get these shields down bot, mid, and top off that first Lord push.
I'm just in awe of how Onic are able to avoid the area of control for Rosa. Rosa is a phenomenal Farsa player. I have been impressed in how he was playing this hero for a long time now. Ever since M4, when I saw him play this aggressive kind of Farsa, always on point with the feathered airstrike. I don't know how Onic does it. Is it from the pressure coming out from Keyboy? Is it just positioning? It's just the way that they quickly react to what Aurora is doing when it comes to those team fights, because it's great to see how they are able to avoid that feathered airstrike. At this point in the game, Aurora Gaming does not have enough of team fighting tools from Sigiboom. Despite Sigiboom having this free item power spike, Onic Esports players are so tanky that Sigiboom will need another one, maybe another Maleficor on top of the items that he has right now. That means that somebody has to cut up the slack. Rosa has to deal the damage because TNZ, this guy is now playing an assassin. He's playing a utility jungle, more of a tanky role, more of a supplementing kind of role. I'm saying this, Onic are avoiding the main DPS of Aurora Gaming in a masterful way, and Aurora Gaming has to solve this.
It's very, again, it seems easier than it actually is with the way that Onic is playing these team fights. You know, being able to actually split up or disengage or even just keep a distance from the main majority of the damage that Aurora Gaming has. Because again, it's not the Feather Airstrike, it's the Blazing Duet, right? And it's been that target acquisition too that you see Keyboy, where he's more often than not actually getting Lunar, kicking Lunar or Pagu away from the team, and then they isolate them, and you know, they get the automatic kill, plus they stay away from the main source of damage. So once that's expended, once the Blazing Duet and the Feather Airstrike are gone, what left do you have other than the auto attacks, mainly from Sigiboom, right? And like you mentioned, in terms of itemization, Onic, because of the massive lead that they have, the 10,000, they already have it. You see there too. Keyboy alone, man, he's got the Chastised Pauldron plus the Antique Harass now. So even if Keyboy jumps in, he's not too worried about Sigiboom, right? And he's also got the Athena Shield just to go ahead and help with that damage if he does get hit by Rosa. But so far, that really hasn't been the case. He's been able to go in, just get the kickoff, and then the team follows suit from there. So now with the Lord making its way down the mid, with this kind of advantage in terms of itemization, they're in a really good position to knock down these base turrets.
But I think Gun picked up by Sigiboom going in for utility instead of raw damage. Not sure if this will be enough against Onic as of this moment, especially the presence of the Chastised Pauldron push already coming up from Onic.
Top turret going to be worked on here. This Lord should be made quick work of. The Black Dragon form dropped down. There's the Feathered Airstrike. A couple shots on the minion waves, trying to keep them at bay. The turret's still going to stand because it was cleared out by Rosa. It's only the mid turret down for now. Onic should be able to get this top turret at least with this next wave pushing in. Are they going to go for the cutoff here? They'll get the turret, and it looks like they might back off. That bottom wave not pushed in quite just yet, so Onic playing it safe, disciplined, even with a almost 12,000 gold lead against Aurora Gaming in game 2. They will take their time. A bottom wave nearly pushing in. They might force this once again. Ludby doesn't have the Black Dragon form just yet. There's the Feathered Airstrike. Clearing out the minion wave, and Aurora Gaming will hold on to it, but Pagu might be in trouble. TNZ as well. TNZ going to be in trouble. Top of the Poissons under the turret. Still going to be able to live with 1 HP. And Onic still pressing the situation. Skylar jumps in. He's going to take the brunt of the damage. Pops the one to crown. He could be in trouble here. Onic trying to help him out, but finally a kill converted for Aurora Gaming.
Been a long time since they've gotten a kill. They moved on to Skylar up top. That was the first kill that they've had. The second and only to them on the side of Onic is onto Skylar once again. But that was more of an aggressive play coming out from Onic that was punished by Aurora. They used Winter Crown, but they didn't have any minion wave to capitalize with that. Onic, the way that I'm looking at the way they push is that they're protecting the minion waves. I think that's really commendable on how Onic is handling this. However, Aurora have found a way for them to deal with Onic's push. Farsa ultimate from Rosa just to clear out the minion waves instead of reserving it for the heroes. The innate effect of it is that they are able to defend their turret, and if Onic eventually goes for the dive, you can see that there could be that punish. Now, 15 minutes in, Aurora Gaming has a little bit of fight in them compared to Onic. They still have 10,000, about 10,000 gold as an advantage for Onic, which kind of translates to them being tanky enough to frontline against Aurora Gaming. So this Lord is going to be tricky for Aurora Gaming for sure.
See how they approach it, and if they even really want to get in range here. Onic will take their time because they know if they actually force a fight, there's potential that they could just end the game even without claiming this Lord. Skylar picking up his own chastised pauldron to go ahead and help with that damage coming out from Siapakah and that attack speed. So it looks like Aurora Gaming wants to fight for this one. Lord's going to be at half health. Onic, knowing that they have the advantage, they can let them go ahead and take most of that damage. So they force Aurora Gaming off the Lord, and they'll go in to clean it up to secure the Lord. And now Aurora Gaming, after needing to defend the base, they're going to have to defend it once again.
Keyboy with the Winter Crown as the last pickup here for Onic. They're really feeling that this is their shot against Aurora Gaming to reach match point. They are going in for the jugular. What this gives Keyboy is that freedom to go in even under the turret.
Ooh, they get a flicker out from Skylar. Good usage of the dangerous grass there on the near that base turret, but still they've got to deal with this Lord. It's only a small resource expended as well for Skylar using that flicker. He could just falling Star Moon and following Keyboy here. So let's see how they juggle this around. That feathered airstrike nearly backed up for Rosa. They're going to need it here. They're going to hold up that Lord right in the mid lane. It's still going to be used to push them off. Pagu might be risking his own life just to buy time. Immortality bot as well. He's going to go down here. Onic picks up a kill, but the Lord has been done well. Now the feathered airstrike dropped down, followed by the dragon of form. They're going to force the fight anyway. An RWM, a double for Sans. Lutfi could be in trouble here. The blazing duo with the winter crown. Nice setup from Siggy Boom as he BMIs back to safety. But the waves are pushed in, and Onic can just lock on the base to take and secure game 2.
Game number 2, that's match point for Onic Esports from Indonesia. Right mixture of aggression coming out from Onic, right mixture of being systematic as well. I believe that the way that they are sieging against Aurora is just beautiful. There's not much waste coming out from Onic. There's no wasted movements. There's no over-aggression. Aurora Gaming were just so behind in this game all throughout, and it's mainly because of the execution coming out from Onic Esports. Kind of felt like Onic Esports, they have got Aurora Gaming's number, and Aurora Gaming has to think about this series differently and approach it differently.
All right, welcome back everyone, and once again Onic Indonesia takes the win. They now lead this grand finals with 2-0. Just like what we saw yesterday against Aurora Gaming PH, Onic are showing the same confidence, the same control, and the same killer instinct. This is a strong statement from Onic. You agree with me, right?
For Onic, the same momentum as we saw in the group stages. Until now, they are continuing in the same synergy, same momentum, same aggressions, and same aggressive play style. They are like we used to it. Like when you hear Onic name, you hear like early fights, aggression, aggressive, and early fights like with style.
That is very true, actually. Who impressed me the most is actually Keyboy. Keyboy was extremely confident in this match with his Chow play. Of course, the entire team played amazingly, and of course, Yu Zhong was quite the initiator, I would say, in this match. Everyone else, actually, the Yu Zhong Esmeralda mix in a team is beautiful. And as you said, Soldier, the fights and the gameplay from the beginning until the end, it was very aggressive from Onic, and this is what Onic does. Because for the second time, I would say that if this game reached the late game, it would be a different story. But they did not give a chance for Aurora Gaming to actually go to the late game. And as we can see here from the highlights, there is a difference of around 11,000 gold, of course, for Onic. 9 towers destroyed to 0 towers for Onic as well. 3 lords slain from Onic, 0 for Aurora, and 2 turtles slain for Aurora compared to 1 only for Onic. Complete dominance, I would say, from Onic ID. Who do you think is going to be the MVP for this match?
For me, YSS. Because Onic sacrificed 2 turtles for 1, but they focus on fights. But for MVP, I think YSS, but Kyrie. He got that.
Yes, it is YSS, of course. It is Kyrie with 4 kills, 0 deaths, and 7 assists.
But let's be very clear. This is now the match point.
Yes.
Yes.
This will be the match point. Maybe a team will take the crown, or we will continue for the 4th game.
I believe this is the most dangerous part of the game now, because it's 2-0. One more draft, one more clean game by Onic Indonesia, then they will take the trophy.
Yes,
so,
exactly, and it's going to be a very hard match for Aurora because this is a do or die for them.
Yes.
You know, they still have one chance to get back into the game and continue the pursuit for the prize pool, of course, which is a huge amount. Or, you know, maybe Onic has something else to say.
But Game 3 is not just another game, because as I said, once it's finished, it's done. Now Aurora Gaming has their backs on the wall. They need to respond immediately, otherwise we're going to see our champions.
From Aurora Gaming. Because now the pressure is high on Aurora Gaming, and Onic, they can rest a little bit, but still the pressure they need. And like, for their history, if they finish it 3-0, that's going to be very fun. Clean sweep for them. But if we will go for Aurora Gaming and win the first game for them, it's gonna be like little bit motivational for them. Like, we can win. Still we have a chance. No, we didn't like forget like or lost all our chances. Still we can work on our mistakes. We can also fix our synergy and fix our chemistry, because Aurora Gaming still they have a chemistry like I trust it, and a play style that they show us in the playoffs. They can face Onic easily.
Actually, I think Aurora still has a chance. I think it's not over for them. At least I hope so. You know, Onic is such a great team. They're such an S-tier team, but also Aurora is an S-tier team. So I don't think it's over for them. I think they still have a chance.
We will find out later, because we still have Game 3 and it's the match point. Or are Aurora Gaming, are they gonna come back?
Hopefully.
We will find out after this short break.
UAE seems to be the epicenter of autonomous robotics and many other activities.
Doesn't have to be complicated. At Solutions Plus, we provide a tailored combination of consulting, business process outsourcing, and technology solutions, from digital to finance, procurement, HR, ESG, and integrated facilities management. We take care of it all, letting you focus on success. Partner with Solutions Plus and take your business to the next level.
Health is the essence of who we are. M42 is a global health champion harnessing the power of artificial intelligence, technology and genomics to transform healthcare systems and ensure that everyone, everywhere, has access to the care they need. Our dedication to health knows no borders, and we serve with the belief that health is not a privilege. It is a universal right.
What if the spaces between us could disappear? And one move makes all the difference. Sometimes it feels like bonds growing stronger across any distance. When the spaces between us disappear, beautiful things happen.
Looking for car, health or home insurance? Don't waste hours calling around. At insurancemarket.ae, I bring you quotes from the UAE's top insurers in seconds. Compare, choose and buy instantly, all in one place. Over 200,000 policyholders already trust us with a 4.8-star rating. Join them today. Insurancemarket.ae, where insurance gets smarter. Insurancemarket.ae.
Energy is life. And today, life is happening in two worlds, physical and digital. In Abu Dhabi, where source energy powers innovation, a new kind of energy rises. An energy that unites worlds through intention and action. Where physical skills meet digital mastery, and next generation of champions are born. This is where talent meets technology. Where strength meets strategy. Where energy amplifies through action and powers the future. The games of the future, powered by ADNOC.
All right, everyone, this is it. We are heading into draft for Game 3 and Onic Indonesia are now on match point. Onic Indonesia now lead the grand finals with 2-0. One more win and they will be crowned champions of Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. This is where everything changes. You know, for Onic, this is the moment to close, to stay disciplined and to finish the job. But for Aurora, this is survival, a chance to come back. And in a situation like this, every band feels heavier, every pick feels louder, because Onic, they are gonna draft to win the trophy, and Aurora are drafting to stay alive. Soldier?
To be honest, Aurora and Onic, now they are the same pressure. And I want to see momentum from Onic. I need to continue in the same momentum and the same synergy they have played in the last 2 games. Because now the last game for Onic, if they will be having the crown of the day, or Aurora Gaming have some pocket picks and some cards, they will show it to us. Because as my experience for Aurora Gaming during the major tournaments in the last, always, sometimes during the finals, they are coming back. They have the history of coming back during the fights. But I want to see the drafts because it will continue the full picture and the full puzzle, as we have like little missing pieces for our Aurora game.
And here we go, the first band phase begins now. Same bands as we were seeing earlier.
Yes, of course. We've seen, of course, the first band is Eve, the second band is Fanny. And nothing surprising until now. We saw a target ban the previous game with Kalea. I don't believe maybe they will actually ban her again. We saw now we're seeing a Basha ban and we are seeing a Zushin ban. Is Lunar going to ban Kalea and not give a chance for Onic to actually go for it, or will they have something else to say?
I like Onic, they are continuing the same banning for them, Fanny and Zushin. They're trying to eliminate Zushin and Fanny. But to be honest, your odds is right. They banned Kalia because we have a lot of Kalia the daily, and all the one who picks Kalia, he's the MVP.
That is very true. That is very true. They're not giving it a chance. They're not giving Onic a chance to go for Kalea. But we still have lots of heroes available in the meta for the ban list, and we are waiting for the last ban. Of course, it's going to be Grok. They're not letting Grok also be there, although they won against Grok in the first match, but he was annoying for them. So they said, okay, no, we're just going to ban him. Right now, first pick from Aurora, TNZ, he's still thinking who to go for. Might be Lancelot.
As a first pick, yes.
Yeah, might be Lancelot as a first pick. Or they might actually rush and go for a mid laner pick, probably. Not sure, but I believe it might be Lancelot or it might be a Hayabusa. But Hayabusa as a first pick is hard.
Hilda.
They're going for Hilda. They're going for Hilda. I forgot about Hilda actually.
They didn't ban it.
Yeah, they didn't ban Hilda. They went for Hilda immediately, which means that they're actually forcing Onic not to go for a squishy hero kind of jungler, just like YSS or Hayabusa or Lancelot, because it's very easy for Hilda to actually stun them and slow them. So they most probably might take the gamble on that, or they might go on the safe side and go for a Fredrin pick.
Hilda was banning during the two games, but they are very comfortable with YSS during Hilda ban. But now it's little bit confused, little bit. They are not comfortable now. But for Onic, they choose Lonux and Esmeralda as two picks. Like they have an answer and they are comfortable with these two picks. They ban Zushin, they ban also Eve, and the best pick for now on, Lonux, and we want to see Aurora Gaming. Maybe they will go for Fasa, or maybe they can go for Kimi, and we have Valentina.
Yeah, we do have a Kimi, we do have a Valentina. There might be a good option. They might go for a Kadita as well.
Yeah, Kadita also.
Kadita also is a good choice. Kimi is going to be a hard choice for them since Lunox is actually very strong. But they went for Kimi and they're going for Hayabusa, so they're going for kind of a squishy jungler. Since they actually have Hilda, so they would comfortably go for a Hayabusa pick. Kimi, on the other hand, is a gamble, to be honest. Wouldn't say this is the best pick as a mid laner, but Rosa is not a person that you would actually kid around with, so we will see.
As we have now, also Zushin is open. Yuzong, we have Lapu Lapu, we have Ruby, and still Harith, but they will not focus on these. We will say it in maybe in ban phase 2 and picks 2. Lancelot. Interesting. Lancelot versus Hayabusa. And Lancelot, it will be a very good pick against Hilda also.
Actually, Lancelot is such a very hard pick for Kyrie. Yes. It's not easy facing heroes like Hayabusa and Hilda, but of course Kyrie is Kyrie. Kyrie is not someone to mess around with, so he knows his ways around using Lancelot. I'm pretty confident of him. Right now we are in the second ban phase. Of course we have a Ruby ban. This is actually the first time we get a Ruby ban today. Yeah. Right now we're waiting for Lunar as well to go for the second ban phase, the second ban phase for Team Aurora. Who do you think they would ban?
We have Harith and Yuzong. Also, for a god lane and also XP lane. But until now, we didn't saw any limit testing, and every team knows their limitations and knows we will not risk it for the in the finals. Sometimes Aurora, we are seeing some risks taking for them, but Onic, they are playing on the same safe side. I got to catch. Interesting. They are now targeting some roamers with them and initiating the fights also, because Gata it's very good for initiating the fights. Damage, he can take the damage a little bit until the team he can dealing the damage and taking more comfortable during the fight.
Yeah, actually, I can see from, of course, Lupi from Onic right now. He is banning Yuzong, and actually, the last ban would be a targeted ban for a roamer or a gold laner. In that case, these are the two options that would actually seem viable for Team Aurora, since Onic still didn't go for a fighter or an XP laner, and actually no, they do have an XP laner, I mean a roamer or a gold laner. So I believe they might go for a gold laner ban. Makes more sense than a roamer ban, but of course maybe, but still,
Lapu Lapu.
It's not easy because, Onyx Roamer is very strong. They might target him more than the gold laner. We will see. Yep, they went for a Chow ban. Yep, so they are actually focusing on Onyx Roamer in that case. Right now, we are in the fourth pick for Onic, so we are waiting for a gold laner or a roamer in that case.
To be honest, if they will pick a gold laner and can fit with their team like Lancelot and Lunox and Esmeralda, that's gonna be little bit tough for Aurora Gaming, because Aurora Gaming having Hayabusa, and they can pick against Hayabusa some crowd control to deny his movement and his movability during the fights. Wow, Kaja first time we saw Kaja.
Actually, Kaja is such a wonderful pick. It's such a wonderful pick. Although, by the way, Lapu Lapu is still open. Lapu Lapu is still there.
The one.
Yep. So they might actually Aurora might go. Yeah, Aurora might go for a Lapu Lapu in that case. Kaja is a surprise for Aurora right now. There is a CC as well. We have a Lapu Lapu that they can go for. Oh wow!
Wait.
Okay, wow. This might be interesting for Aurora, actually.
He's hovering on it and he can fix it.
Probably.
It's predictable, but for the second pick, fourth pick,
they're going all in. I believe they're going all in.
The one and only
Thamus. Actually, okay, this is very interesting. We're seeing Thamus and Kaja for the first time in the playoffs today. We've seen CC before. We know what CC can do, but yeah, this is going to be very interesting. When we are talking about the damage output of Team Aurora, the damage output is crazy in this game, and lots of lifesteal. Since Thamus and CC, they have very high lifesteal, so this is going to be a problem for Onic. Yeah, they have lots of damage. On the other hand, the sustainability from Onic's side and survivability is slightly higher than Aurora, but still they do have very high damage output. We are seeing carry. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting for this match.
For both teams, it's little bit gonna be for Onic little bit tough. Like as a Aurora, like for me, for now on, drafting going for Aurora Gaming side for drafting on the paper.
Mostly on paper, yeah,
yes,
it is Aurora on paper, but Onic has a saying definitely.
During the game, you don't know what will happen.
Mid to late game is for Onic. Early might go for Aurora this time.
They need to avoid Onic. They need to avoid early fights, and they are good to go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the tension is real. This is match point in the grand finals. Onic Indonesia, one win away from lifting the trophy. Aurora Gaming Turkey fighting to keep their dreams alive. This could be the final game of Games of the Future Abu Dhabi 2025. Casters, take it away and let history be written.
Let's see if indeed it will be written in the favor of Onic as a 3-0, or will it be extended for now by Aurora Gaming? To be honest, I am excited about this Thamus pick. I have been asking for this hero for quite a long time now. It has been quite a while as well when we've seen it being buffed but then underused. So I wonder if this is a hero that can actually extend the series. I feel like there is a chance, but we'll see. We are joined today by Naisu again for game number 3. Do you think this will go to a game number 4, my man?
I don't know, man. This is kind of I don't know how to feel about the Thamus. Like it's something we don't see often at all, right? I mean, when was the last time we actually saw the Thamus like regularly in the meta? I mean, he might pop up once in a while here and there. There are quite a few heroes that do that. And so I'm wondering, I wish sometimes we had like the, like this inner on the comms, Wolf, where we get to go ahead and hear some of the thought process or because we always have to ask later. Like we always have to wait for the interviews, with some of the interesting picks that come through. And I think Thams is one of them. Obviously, still a quality pick. I feel like just certain teams or certain compositions work better with him, and maybe this is one of those ones, but I think even over on the other side, like this is essentially a very still key boy game. If I remember right, is the Kaja, right? It's still going to be the Kaja that goes through. It's still a pick-off centric lineup that they can go ahead and utilize. And I would say this, I think it's got to happen for Aurora Gaming, man. They need to be able to go ahead and make this composition work to extend this series. I would hate to see it be a sweep. I hope we do get to a game 4.
Yeah, I want to see more for Aurora Gaming. I genuinely feel that this team has a lot of potential. I have been saying this since M4, and I always love seeing them international tournaments. There have been so many iterations of this squad, and I think now with Bagu, there's more aggression that we are seeing coming from Aurora Gaming. Because when they were still playing like Apex 47, Apex is great, by the way, when it comes to like initiations, but they kind of feel a little bit slow. And then they have changed their junglers as well. But you kept Rosa as the key component in this lineup, in this team. Rosa has been improving from year after year, month after month. And I like seeing him play aggressively. right now, I think that he's playing the Kimi again, right? So that might be in combination again with the Stams that can be played in an aggressive manner with the Hayabusa as their jungler, their core hero. I think that they went for the double fighter setup in this scenario as well. I would love to see them utilize that double fighter setup in an aggressive manner, which also favors the playstyle of Rosa that we all got to love from M4. So hopefully that will be the case here, because I mean, if we just compare that to how Onic Esports are operating, my goodness, they are hella aggressive. Really liking how Keyboy plays it. He said that this could be another Keyboy game because of the Kaja.
Yep.
And if you combine that with the Lunox, man, that's a scary combo. One of the oldest combos in the book. And then you also have that carry with the Kaja, which is also a great combo. So there's so many ways for Keyboy to alley-oop this Kaja into getting more kills for the team. So if they do play aggressive, it's gonna be great.
I think part of this though too is whether they're aggressive or not, they kind of have to control this Skylar too, man. I think for a majority of the games that we've seen from Onic anyway here, most of the teams have kind of struggled and dealing with getting through Keyboy's like aggression in the early game, but then Skylar like pops off later on, right? And that's usually the best case scenario for a lot of gold laners on how they want to go ahead and scale up throughout a game. And I believe he's on the carry again, and so that's one of the things you got to watch out for. Like, even if you are bringing the Stamus to the forefront, or you know, any of these tankier heroes, you're going to be shredded through eventually. If it gets to that mid to late game, that's something that they definitely want to watch out for. So Aurora Gaming has to do quite a bit to make this lineup, I feel like, work. We haven't seen them start like off on the right foot yet throughout the series. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't been able to go ahead and get that advantage built up immediately. And even last game, it was essentially because, again, it was such an early kill from Keyboy. They were able to get the first blood like right away and then build up off of that. So for Aurora in this case, I feel like they just need to get the ball rolling early on. They need to be the ones, hopefully, to get that first blood, hopefully get the momentum going right off the bat against Onic, a team that, when it's like series-wise, if they have a momentum already within the series, it's pretty difficult to stop that momentum from Onic Esports.
And I think that you can see that in game number 1 and game number 2, how difficult it is to stop Onic from getting that momentum. And then when they do get that momentum, it's even more difficult, right? So yeah, I understand what you're saying here, especially for Onic Esports. They're I'm gonna sound like a bro record, and this has been a trope already. The teams are feeding off of momentum, and Onic Esports definitely are a momentum-based team. And I think it might have started from last night, from when they won against Aurora, because I've seen that game, and it started as a game that Aurora Gaming from Philippines, by the way, is already winning, and they took it back because of some great plays coming out from Keyboy. And then, you know, game number 2, it starts for Aurora Gaming PH versus Onic Esports. Then Keyboy is again playing like an MVP.
Oy.
Now, what do we see from Keyboy from all throughout this series? Right, it's always been Keyboy. I think that he brings out so much momentum all throughout these games of the future, and it's scary to face a guy like that who's just on fire when it comes to his execution.
Who would you like? I feel like if it is Onic that wins this series here, wins the championship, man, I'm gonna have to say like Keyboy is probably my. I don't know if it's too early to say, but I think Keyboy would definitely be my runner for like the MVP for this series. You know, the series MVP. Like it's always started by him. You know, it's always been him setting that pace. It's been him like getting those first bloods or putting them in position for Onic to go ahead and get the early kills and get the momentum going. Like, if you think about the way that, especially from the semifinals up to this point, think how it almost feels like Kyrie's job especially has been relatively smooth. Like it's been pretty easy for him to just kind of like work on objectives. Like when have we really seen Kyrie like sweat in terms of in the game, you know, getting to the objectives? Because Onic, what they're doing so well right now, and if you've been watching the games for the past couple of days by them, they give so much space, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the roamers. That's why I always say I always keep my eyes on roamers. Shout out to all the roamer mains out there.
Yeah.
If you have such a good roamer on your team, like you know what that feels like, especially if you're a jungler. You know, the roamers are the ones setting things up, but also providing you with information. Like if you look at some of the most successful roamers, there's a reason why they're usually on the other side of the map, where they're scouting things out, but they're also making plays, but they're also avoiding things. I mean, like the last game alone, think how many times Keyboy avoided dying, right? With the flicker or the Jikundos that he had.
Yeah.
You know, and obviously Cho is probably one of the very few heroes that allows you to do stuff like that in comparison to the other roams. But it's still that potential is still there. Now with the Kadra, it's not as fancy, it's not as flashy, but the purpose is still the same. You're gonna go try to give that vision that you need, but you're going for that pick off potential with the divine judgment. I mean, that's probably the biggest thing, but you can also peel with that too. And if you notice as the game transitions, that's why I always say they need to worry about Keyboy in the beginning if you're Aurora Gaming, but then like mid to late game start worrying about Skylar. Like where is Skylar? You know, Sans, Sans was insane. He was completely different on the Kadita. You know, you have to worry about the Kadita where you're setting up here, but in that essence, you know, there's just so many boxes that need to be checked, I feel like, for Aurora Gaming to deal with this version of Onic esports that we've seen so far here in Games of the Future.
You know that meme where this guy is playing like a video game? It's like there's a headset, it's like singing like I'm at a payphone, and then it transitions into like so much hardcore gaming where everybody's just pressing a lot of buttons. I think that's literally what's happening here in Onic, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for Kyrie. I'm sure that there are so many series that Onic Esports have played where it was Kyrie's turn to be trying hard and pressing so many buttons in a short period of time. But yeah, I really have to agree with what you said about what is being seen in Onic Esports as of late. It's like Kyrie's just collecting everything, just claiming the rewards. It's just like clicking all those red buttons in the app, and everybody's just working hard for it. Not saying that Kyrie's a slacker, but it's just that the performance of his supporting cast is just way too good.
Yeah, this is one of them too, Lutby. I mean, he's played so well. I mean, I remember when, you know, I can't recall how many seasons ago it was, but when Lutby just started to fit into this lineup, you know, and the journey he's had himself over the seasons or the year, and getting to this point where he's actually able to, you know, you see some of the plays that Lutby's been making, man, whether it's a Lapu Lapu or, you know, whatever hero he decides to play, he's able to make plays. The usual the Lapu Lapu, a lot of the XP laners that are picked up right now reward some of that style of gameplay that Lutby has been showing us, you know. So it's one of those things, and it looks like we'll be getting back to this game just shortly here. Again, we want to make sure that everybody is having the best gaming experience for this, as it is a championship match point right now for Onic Esports. So thank you for everybody for being patient with us while we go ahead and get this situated before we jump back into this game of 3. Maybe this time you can if you haven't yet, go grab that Patrick skin. You know, did you get it, by the way, Wolf?
So I haven't gotten it yet. I haven't started doing the cooking.
Or well, that's for SpongeBob. That's for SpongeBob.
Yeah, that's right. You only need diamonds, right, for the Patrick skin, right?
Yes, you only need diamonds.
Well, I have to wait for the end of the month for that, because that's when the top ups usually happen. So yeah, I think it will run until end of December, so, or maybe end of January actually.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
Yeah, you got
plenty of time. You can grab it while you can.
Are you even trying to grab it?
I was one of the people, man, that as soon as I saw it, you know, come through in the hands of Pagu, right when we went to our break, I bought that skin, man.
Nice.
I went for it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even play Glue though.
Well, now you can play Glue. Yeah, because sometimes you play Roam, right? So.
No, I'm mainly a Roam now.
Okay, well that's perfect, because Pagu actually showed us.
Yeah. But then it struggled so much the last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, struggled. It struggled last game, man.
I mean,
see you in M7.
it's-
Love TLPH, by the way. We see the pads out there. Hey, M7 round the corner.
I do hope that they fly from Abu Dhabi to Jakarta for that one. Good luck.
How far is that travel? Do you think is that a pretty good travel?
Yeah. Okay, so that's around 4 hours away from us, Indonesia. I mean, and we already have to spend like 13 hours to Abu Dhabi. So I would assume.
Wait,
it's almost.
Is it 13?
It is.
Okay, Abu Dhabi to Indonesia is 8.5 to 10 hours.
There you
That's
go. Yeah.
quite a long flight.
Yep.
It's worth going though. If you got, by the way, those tickets were sold out, I think. So, I mean, I'm so
Is
glad
that
we
really?
have. Well, some of them were. Yeah, I'm so glad we have a live audience out there though too for Abu Dhabi. I wish we could have gone out there, man.
Yeah.
You know, maybe games of the future.
You made me cough out.
It's okay
because of that. But yeah, we will see Aurora Gaming Indonesia, Aurora Gaming Philippines, and Aurora Gaming Turkey in M7, right? So
yeah,
maybe
that's what I'm
this is a
saying.
Preview.
This is like a preview, but it's also a high stakes tournament. Like
it's a $300,000 preview.
Man, the difference between first and second place, by the way, is quick math. 160,000. 160 something thousand dollars, man. Like that is a jump. That's almost that's almost double basically between first and second place. So like the stakes here, like those are part of the stakes. Obviously.
So this is not a preview. This is literally a sweaty grand final that we're gonna see from both teams.
Hey man, that's why I was, it would have been cool if we had a best of 7, but hey, best of 5. That's why we're hoping, Aurora Gaming can extend the series here.
Yeah, I wonder.
This might be one of the things though. Maybe this gives them enough time to go ahead and kind of settle into this this series. I know they're facing an 0-2 right now, but we've seen complete turnarounds before. We've seen reverse sweeps before.
Yeah, I wonder what is the general. Because I remember when Aurora was playing, whenever Aurora was playing in the playoffs or the knockout stages, there's a lot of cheers from them, and I've heard reports that it looked like an Aurora Gaming crowd, right? I wonder if this is a series that's more Aurora Gaming favored when it comes to like how much, like which team the crowd loves more, or is it like Onic Esports? Because I feel like I've seen a lot of like people who were showing us like it's a 3-0, which kind of means that they should be probably supporting Onic, maybe because Mr. Kyrie from the Philippines is there. I've seen a lot.
I think Kyrie's just got fans wherever he goes, man.
You're also right.
But
that's also true.
Like that's that's Kyrie. But Aurora Gaming, a lot of Aurora. I've actually over the days I've seen a lot of Aurora jerseys, pop up. I think we have our own too. We have our own Aurora jerseys, don't we? I mean, you have an Onic. Yeah, you have the Onic one too.
Yeah,
you get the whole collection actually. But
yeah.
There has been a lot of Aurora jerseys that I've seen over the past couple days, so I don't know. I think it's just a good, there's great support. I saw, one of the watch parties out there too in the audience. And of course we've got plenty of watch parties going on. No, well, there is the one going on in Jakarta. There's the watch party in Jakarta going on for Onic, which they have a whole event for. So I'm sure over there, they're really excited and happy about this being potentially the last game, but there's a lot of watch parties going on too, so big shout outs to all the watch parties. We actually know a couple of the watch parties going on too. So props to you guys. Thank you guys for supporting once again Games of the Future here, Abu Dhabi 2025. It's been a run, man. I feel like how many days has this been? It's been what, 8 days?
Yeah,
6 days.
Is the 8th day.
6 to 8 days. Yeah, this is the 8th day.
Yellow, mahal.
Oh, I think we've been casting for 6 days. Yeah,
6 days.
Tembus 223
That's right. It's been a journey.
Been a journey. Most especially for the teams that we have in the grand final, because it means that they've also played 6 games straight. Which, I mean, if you've been following their local tournaments, you would know that they are only playing like at most 3 days straight on group stage, on the group stage regular season, or 5 days straight in the playoffs, right? So them playing 6 days, high level MLBB, it's quite tiring.
Looks like they're going through they just had to redraft, reset up the lobby, so they should be jumping in here shortly. But yeah, that's one thing you have to consider. And I remember us talking about that, by the way, in group stage. And during the group stages, we were basically mentioning that, you know, some of these teams, they went from tournaments before this, like days before Games of the Future started. Some of these players were in other tournaments. And so, you know, I know their lives revolve around MLBB, and that's just part of it. But you got to consider the amount of endurance that takes, mentally, right? To be able to go ahead, go from one tournament, probably in a different time zone too. Fly 10 hours away.
Yep.
Jump into another environment and play at this level. Like, I think, you know, unless you've really gone through that or been a part of that, it's something that you have to experience.
Yeah, no, Naisu. I'm just gonna tell you a little bit of a story about sacrifice. Because here in the Philippines, me and Nice are from the Philippines, by the way, to all the viewers out there. We value Christmas so much, and it's usually our family time. And usually, before Christmas Eve, you're probably at home, you're preparing food, and you're with your family already. Filipino delegation for this one will arrive for December 24th nighttime, around maybe 8-10 p.m. And some of our players actually will have to travel for more than 3 hours or 4 hours just to get back to their families. So yeah, the Filipinos or Southeast Asians that are participating in Games of the Future, they really have big sacrifices just to participate here. So yeah, big W's to them.
Big W's. Let's jump into the game. Game 3 here. Wolf, thank you so much for the story, but that is 100% true. And now it leads us to this, man. Game 3, championship point right now for Onic Esports. Aurora Gaming are looking to even the series or get to it. At least get one game under the belt so they can extend it to 5 games. We got to see if that happens. Whoa. Look, they're already getting quite low. Aurora Gaming looking quite... Whoa, Skylar too. They're finding some minor wins across the board here.
Putting Onic low, as well as forcing some of those battle spells. And Kyrie is just level 2. Will actually skip the orange buff, but he did take away the Crammer from TNZ. And what that means is that TNZ will not have as much farm as he would want to have, unless Aurora Gaming will be able to contest the orange buff for Kyrie himself. But yeah, you can see some of the moves coming up from Onic. It looks very anticlimactic. It looks very nerdy when I talk about it, but the fact that they're taking away some of these farms is going to be important. Like this one, right? There's the Crammer was taken by Kyrie, but in exchange, Lunar takes away his own Crammer, right? So the war of attrition is so important in the early game, and Aurora Gaming kind of felt like, okay, they're not going to be pushovers in this grand final. They are going to be fighting back already, pressing the advantage, pressing the attack in the early stages of the game.
That's what I said they had to do. You know, Aurora Gaming has to get their foot started right away into this match, and they seem to be wanting to do that. Tienzi is level 4. He's got the Shadow Kill available. Wasn't going to go for it just yet. Doesn't want to overextend in this. Turtle's going to be for the taking, though. It's going to be started up by Kyrie as it has throughout the series. We'll see who gets it. Kyrie secures the Turtle. Shadow Kill going to be used as well. TNZ could be in trouble. He does get away with a sliver of health left. Luckily, he doesn't go down. But Onic will get that objective. Now they're going to put pressure here on the purple. They know TNZ is low, and this is an opportunity for Kyrie to go ahead and potentially take this purple buff away from Hayabusa, and he'll do just that.
How great was that? Setup movements coming out from Kyrie, showing us finesse with this Lancelot. We know that he is more than able to do that. Oh my goodness, Keyboy. I mean, you don't have to explain that. That's Flicker Divine Judgment that Keyboy has probably done so many times. So the way that they set it up, they forced him to be in that spot because of their aggression in the purple buff. And then Keyboy is already prepped up for that. Even Suns is there as well. They didn't even have to commit more flickers after Keyboy's flicker. Oh my goodness. Onic are they're just on the mission now, man.
That's Keyboy, man. You know, that's what I was saying. It doesn't matter if it's the Kaja or the Cho that we usually see, hell, the Tigreal. You know, there's so many roams, but the best roams out there play this nearly the same. Now some pressure in the mid. Shadow Kill is going to be used, but it is going to be split up. He could be in trouble. 1 HP. He is Keyboy. That's what I was saying, man. He actually stays alive. Good thing Kyrie was there to help kind of juggle that Shadow Kill.
And you know what? He actually saved himself and Sansa during that exchange. He actually tanked the initial dash coming out from the Hayabusa, which is one of the 5 shadows that you can actually go for, which that would have connected to Suns, which will mean that the ultimate will be able to take on Suns because Suns didn't have the brilliance anymore after that. He blocked it. He survived because he was under the outer third energy shields. And the rest was history. TNC just can't get the recovery part.
Gonna pressure this once again. Tienzi trying to get into the zone. The Sans will secure the turtle. The fight's gonna break out. Pagu's already gone. Falling Star Moon from Loopy, providing the space. He'll tank up the Shadow Kill, and he'll go for a kill as well. Sans picks up another. Kyrie could be in trouble. Rose a 1-hit away, but it's a double for Sans. The jungle is insane under the turrets. And now Lunar trying to get away. Loopy sees him low, but has to deal with Siggy Bum too. Loopy should be fine. He's an Esmeralda. Still has the Purify as well, so he'll just poke a little bit further and then call off.
Keyboy again going for the Divine Judgment. Eventually was taken out, but Onic have taken much better trades afterwards. They have taken out TNT for the second time. Rosa almost outplayed Kyrie in there, but Kyrie just hold on to Sans. Sans gets the double kill on top of the turtle kill, by the way. Kyrie sort of missed. I don't know how that happened, but he apparently missed the retribution on the turtle. Good thing Sans was there to pick up the stack and take that. And now TNZ again. Third death on the Hayabusa, man.
Hey, that's not where you want to be for the Hayabusa. And at this point, it's just Keyboy going in with a Divine Judgment every time that flicker's available. You know, he's making plays, and this is exactly what we're talking about when we had the chance to go ahead and discuss this style, the way Onic Esports has been playing this game from game to game, series to series, allowing Keyboy to go ahead and provide that opportunity for the team. Skylar, once again, mainly just getting to farm up, do his thing, knock down the turrets. And while Sans and Lootby also just scaling up so quickly, Sans might actually be in trouble. Still has the brilliance after picking up a kill on Pagu, but here comes Keyboy once again. No Divine Judgment available just yet as Skylar flickers forward. Loopy on the chase, cutting Aurora Gaming off from the team once again, and they've done that so many times. And now a last turtle up. Onic Esports with a massive lead will go ahead and secure this. Loopy might be going down here. Does get away with Purify though. Still, again, you just can't catch anyone from Onic Esports.
Onic Esports. Can you check their accessories under their jersey? Because they might have talismans behind that jersey. I don't know how they are able to get out of harm's way. I don't know how they survive death while dancing in front of death itself. Even Lootpi survived that 3-man attempt coming out from Aurora Gaming. And then, you know what? Sans just casually picks up turtle number 2. And then also outplays Tianzin again. Oh my goodness, did you see that?
Oh my goodness. What is that space? What is that Divine Judgment? And all this under the tier 2 turret. They are just collapsing on Aurora Gaming. Siggy Boom and Pagu trying to do what they can, but it's a near wipeout as Onic has just forced fight after fight. They lose Kyrie and Keyboy, but they're still going to be happy with that trade.
Oh, you can see it through the replay once again. I didn't think I would actually latch onto that one. The talismans, they're working, man. They have the enchanted talisman under their jerseys right now, I'm telling you. And of course, I mean, they have been playing so well. Keyboy have been very active around the map. pixel perfect when it comes to his activation of his skills, and also the targeting was great. How many times have we caught TNZ when Aurora Gaming's trying to outplay him? It's not like TNZ is just walking casually in front of Onic. TNZ is trying to also maneuver around Onic, but Keyboy is just able to snag him time and time again. And Onic are leading by 6,000.
It's just, I mean, look at the pressure they're able to put here, Wolf. We've seen this now 3 games in a row. Once again, Keyboy will do it again and again. Picking up TNZ 0-5 right now. Just completely shut down in the jungle. And Onic Esports with Lord coming up, they'll just send Kyrie. The rest of the team will deal with this. Keyboy finally goes down. But still, the whole purpose of this is just to keep Aurora Gaming busy and test the limits of Onic Esports' massive lead. Lunar just jumping forward with a countering Inferno, and there's nothing they can do. A turtle, or Lord is already going to be nearly secured here as Kyrie gets that, and the tier 2 turret falls down bot.
It's one thing to say that you're lucky. It's one thing to say that you're so good at the game. Keyboy is just showing us how it's done when it comes to like pick-off heroes. Game 1 with the Kalea, always on point, catching the important members of Aurora Gaming, the core members. Game 2, same with the Cho. Actually won it for the team. And now, 8 assists with this Kajak, catching TNZ time and time again. 0-5 for this Hayabusa. And it's not because of him playing badly. It's just because Keyboy is always able to find him.
Oof. Holy shields are still going to be here. Look at this Lutfi. Jumping in time and time again. We've seen Lutfi do the same thing. Doesn't matter what hero is he playing. He'll go 1v3, 1v4. Holy Defense finally going to pop in the bottom. Top nearly there as the tier 2 in the mid falls. Onic once again knocking on the base of Aurora Gaming just the same way they have 3 games in a row at this point. What can Aurora Gaming do but watch as their base is pushed in? They need something to happen here. They'll clear out the waves the best they can, but some of the damage has been done. Holy Defense is down.
And that's just 10 minutes into the game. That's also golden for Onic. Don't have the holy shields anymore. Keyboy does have the flicker now. And he's just threatening. He's threatening. He's ready, dude.
Oh, let's see if he does it. Once again, he's going to go forward. He's actually quite low. Keyboy buying some time. He finally dies. But Lunar's in exchange. Pagu to follow. Onic on the jump. Shadow kill already going to be used. They're going for Loopy. Loopy just gets enough shield to survive. Brilliant's going to be used. They're going to get the flicker out from Sans, but it's all part of the plan as Kyrie will clean up the kill. Sans is nearly unkillable, man. He hasn't died yet. From series to series, he's been so low on the deaths. He's done such a good job at just surviving at the last moment.
Yeah. What a bait and switch coming out from Sans as well as Kyrie. Went through the wall. You really would bite that if you're Aurora Gaming, and because of that they were punished. The pressure is up for Onic. They're not letting go of their foothold into the base of Aurora Gaming. 11 minutes, they are already leading by 11,000 gold. That's 1,000 gold lead per minute. Think about it.
Yeah.
They're not stopping Lutfi. Keyboy.
Oh, again, there it is again. Divine Judgment right on target. It doesn't matter if you counter Inferno or not. Lunar is gone and deleted. Skylar once again showing this shredding here on the carry. But again, that's one of the things. It's just very intense for Onic to go ahead and scale up this way, you know, game after game. 3 games in a row now. It's literally been the story here as Aurora Gaming just kind of seeing what they can do, but there's never been a time for them to breathe. You know, if you think back all the way from game 1, Wolf, it's been this has been the case. This is some of the cleanest that we've seen Onic Esports play in international events, and I don't know where that weak point is going to be for them here, or where that hope, that light is going to be for Aurora Gaming to turn this around. Yeah. Not to say that it's not possible. We've seen games flip around before, even with 10,000 leads.
Yeah, that's right.
But it usually takes a certain type of blunder or mistake from the team leading right here. And so far, Onic Esports has not showed much of that potential to make those blunders.
Yep. Surprised to see Keyboy only pick up the fleeting time at this point. But that generally means that he is way tankier. And now Onic, they're preparing for another Lord push.
Lord making his way down bot. That bot turret does fall. Top nearly down as well. Kyrie going in with a puncture. Thorn Rose just distracting Aurora Gaming. A vengeance already going to be used from Sigibum, and now Lord's going to be dealt with. The rest of the members, oh, they're actually just going to take out Lunar. They don't have the wave pushing in just yet, but Onic Esports can see the win in sight here. The championship in sight for Games of the Future 2025. Nearly there, 15,000 gold ahead. Way more than the minutes of the game already. Top turret's gonna go down. They jump in, just deleted with this kind of lead. It's not even fair. Onic Esports goes for another pull. They'll clean up Siggy Boom. A shadow kill to try to buy more time, but TNC is gone, and they'll make it a wipeout. And Onic Esports are your champions with a sweep here in this tournament. They'll go for one more, but they are your champions for Games of the Future 2025 in Abu Dhabi.
No moment of breathing for Aurora Gaming. It's not their fault. It was just Onic Esports reading them like a book. The draft was perfect. The execution even better. Onic Esports are back in their winning ways. They're now champions once again in an international event. Keyboy is phenomenal all throughout. And though everybody played so well inside of Onic Esports, you can never deny that this series is decided by that guy. And his name is Keyboy. And I'm sure that we will learn more from them. And I'm excited to hear more from this team. Nice, by the way. What a journey it has been for us. And thank you so much to all of the people that have viewed and enjoyed and watch this journey unfold with us as well. But that's it for us. We're going to be signing off. Thank you so much. We're gonna be throwing it over to the stage.
Abu Dhabi, one more time. Give it up to your champions, Team Onic. Listen up. I want to hear from each member of the team. No excuses whatsoever. Congratulations. Huge win for you guys. What does winning this trophy mean to you and the rest of the team?
I think for me it's really nice momentum for the upcoming tournament, which is M7. And yeah, I think me and my team really did great in this tournament.
Amazing. Before you guys came into Abu Dhabi, did you expect to win? Like, did you guys knew that you were going to win this tournament?
I think so.
Amazing. All right, listen up, guys. Champions of the MLBB tournament right here in Abu Dhabi at the Games of the Future. This is it. This is the moment you guys have been waiting for. You're just about to lift this trophy right in front of you guys. Are you guys ready? Are we ready, Abu Dhabi? All right, on my count, here we go. Team Onic, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once again, champions of the MLBB tournament, Abu Dhabi. Well done, Team Onic, officially crowned as the champions of the MLBB tournament. This is how we do it at the Games of the Future in Abu Dhabi. One more time, a bigger round of applause to your winning team right here. A much deserving win for Team Onic in Abu Dhabi. You guys are able to come in close to the stage to capture this moment. Stand up, Abu Dhabi, and a big round of applause to Team Onic right here. Wow, what an incredible achievement for Team Onic tonight. One more time, Abu Dhabi, make some noise. Abu Dhabi tournament right here at the Games of the Future. Come on, everybody, get closer to the stage and let's capture this incredible moment. The entire team of Team Onic with a clean 3